warm welcome to the second innings of the chapter Nazism and Rise of Hitler. In the previous video, we had a thorough discussion on the birth of Weimar Republic. Today we will discuss about the factors that led to rise of Hitler and popularity of Hitler. Let us discuss. So let's start with a brief sketch on the life of Hitler. Hitler was born in 1889 in Austria. His youth was spent in poverty. He enrolled himself in army as a messenger before the First World War. Then he became a corporal, a position in army by his bravery. He won a number of medals for bravery. But during First World War, the humiliating treatment Germany meted made Hitler very angry and he was hurt from inside. In 1919, he joined German Workers' Party, and this party he reorganized by renaming it as National Socialist German Workers' Party, जो बाद में नाजी पार्टी के नाम से जाना गया. In 1923, he planned to seize Bavaria, to march up to Berlin. But he was captured, he was arrested, and he was tried for treason, but later he was released. After 1929, the condition all over the world worsened because of the Great Economic Depression. Banks collapsed, business shut down, and workers lost jobs, and Germany was passing through a phase of hyperinflation and proletarianization. In such a situation, Nazi propaganda stirred hopes among people. And in 1928, he did not have a mandate. In the parliament, his party was voted only 2.6%. But in 1932, just in 4 years, within 4 years, the mandate of his party, it increased substantially. It became 37% in the German parliament called Reichstag. Now, how this happened? What strategy Hitler had? Let's see. Hitler was a powerful speaker. His words moved people. He promised to build a strong nation. He promised to give employment to people. He promised to weed out all foreign influence and to bring back the lost dignity of Germany. And he promised a better future for the youth. And for this, he followed the following strategies. He devised a new style of politics. His rituals and spectacles mobilized people. Now, what were the rituals and spectacles? Like the Nazi way of salute, use of swastika in their banners, the red banner, ritualized rounds of applause, means after every speech there would be a ritualized round of applause. They were using the red banner, swastika, and they were very systematically organizing their rallies. They were conducting massive rallies. There were public meetings also. And every effort was there to project Hitler as a Messiah. Now, who is a Messiah? A savior. When Germany was passing through economic and political distress, so people did not have any alternative, because it was only Hitler who promised that he was going to take out Germany from all its distresses. He was going to give employment to the people. He was going to give jobs to the youth. So, the percentage of vote, which was only 2.6 in 1920, it raised to 37% in 1932. So, that was the charismatic character of Hitler. Now, we are going to discuss how Hitler systematically destroyed democracy. It was on 30th January 1933, President Hindenburg, he offered Hitler chancellorship. Now, what was that post? It was the highest position of the cabinet of ministers. So, when this powerful post was offered to Hitler, he started destroying democracy. There was a mysterious fire that broke out in the parliament, and that led Hitler to implement his policies to destroy democracy. So it was on 20th February 1933 the fire decree was passed which suspended civic rights. Civic rights क्या होता है? Freedom of press, speech, to assemble together. So all these rights were taken back. They were not given to people. Enemies specifically and the communists, they were captured and sent to concentration camps where they were tortured and killed. On 3rd March 1933, another act was passed which was known as Enabling Act. By this act, all other parties except Nazis and trade unions, they were declared illegal. State controlled media, economy, judiciary and army, the most powerful organs of government. So these were controlled by the state. Special surveillance forces and security forces were also set up to control the state. There were criminal forces, there were a protection squad, so there were besides the green uniformers, there were also like Gestapo, SS, SD, so other different forces who were to rule over Germany, ruthlessly. This was how, once being given a chance, Hitler destroyed democracy and established dictatorship in Germany. After destruction of democracy, now Hitler planned for economic reconstruction of Germany. How he planned for economic reconstruction? Helmer Schach, the famous economist, was given the task of economic reconstruction. He aimed at full production, full employment. How? Through state-funded work creation and programs like German superhighways, Volkswagen, People's Car. They were very popular. So this was the economic reconstruction. Hitler did not stop here. He wanted to expand his foreign policy. He wanted to conquer countries so that he would acquire resources and would use these resources for development of Germany. So now let us discuss about Hitler's foreign policy, which ultimately led to the Second World War and Hitler's destruction. So it was in 1933, Germany pulled out of League of Nations. I think all of you know League of Nations. ये एक organization 1919 में after First World War बना था, जिसके तहत Treaty of Versailles हुआ था और जर्मनी को सारे humiliating treaties sign करना पड़ा था. So Germany pulled out of League of Nations. Then, so Helmer Schach, he advised Hitler to focus more on reconstruction within Germany. But Hitler was adamant for aggression, for conquering countries. So Helmer Schach was removed. So it was in 1933, Germany pulled out of League of Nations. In 1936, Rhineland was reoccupied, in fact. Then in 1938, Austria was integrated with Germany with the slogan, one people, one empire and one leader. So that was how 1933, 1936, 1938, very quickly Hitler went on conquering territories. Then he wanted to accumulate resources through war. So it was in 1939, Poland was invaded. And it was in 1940, Germany, Italy and Japan, they signed tripartite pact, an agreement. And in 1941, Hitler committed the most historic blunder by attacking Soviet Union and had a crushing defeat by the Soviet Red Army, and the Soviet Red Army hounded the German soldiers till Berlin. Okay, they hounded का मतलब पीछा कर करके उनको बर्लिन तक लिए, स्टालिनग्राड में डिफीट किए और उनको खदेड़ के वापस वो बर्लिन तक लिए. So that was the crushing defeat Hitler had to suffer at the hands of Russia. So here history did not repeat, क्योंकि हिटलर सोचा था कि जैसे फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर में जर्मनी ने रशिया को डिफीट किया था वैसे ही कर लगा, बट दिस टाइम दिस डिडंट हैपन. In the meanwhile, Japan, an ally of Germany, bombed on the USA base Pearl Harbor. When Japan bombed at Pearl Harbor, USA also entered the war, and ultimately it was in May 1945 the Second World War ended with crushing defeat of Japan, Germany, and all of you know that how USA also bombed on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was a retaliation to Japan's bombing at Pearl Harbor. So as a retaliation, Japan's Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed by USA, and finally 1945 May the war ended with the defeat of Hitler. So next we will discuss about Nazi worldview.